government for properties to unfold would seem in me to affect speech and discourse. The nature of our people, our cities' institutions, and the terms of the common justice, are as pregnant in as art and practice hath enriched any that we remember. I say, be it come before us, Lord Angelo. What figure of us think you he will bear? For you must know we have with special soul elected him our absence to supply, lent him our terror, dressed him with our love, and given his deputation all the organs of our own power. What think you of him?
If there be any in Vienna so worthy as to assume this ample grace and honour, it is Lord Angelo.
Ah, look where he comes.
Always obedient to your grace's will. I come to know your pleasure.
Angelo, there is a kind of character in thy life, that to thyself doth thy history fully unfold. Thyself and thy belongings are not thine own so proper as to waste thyself upon thy virtues, they on thee. Heaven doth with us as we with torches do, but not light them for ourselves. For if our virtues did not go forth of us, 'twere all alike as if we had them not. But I do bend my speech to one that can my party him advertise. Oh, therefore. Angelo, in our remove, be thou at full ourself. Mortality and mercy in Vienna, live in thy time, heart. Therefore, take thy commission. Of Aeschylus, though first in question, shall be thy secretary.
Now, good my lord, let there be some more test made of my mettle before so noble and so great a figure be stamped upon.
We have, with a legend and prepare a choice, proceeded to you. Therefore, take your honours. Our haste from hence is of so quick condition that prefers itself, and leaves unquestioned matters of needful value. But we shall write to you as time and our concernings shall import you. And we will look to know what doth befall you here. So, very well. Your scope is as mine own. So to enforce or qualify the laws as to your soul seems good. Give me your hand. I'll privily away. I love the people, but do not like to stage me to their eyes. I do not relish well their loud applause, and always even.
May the heavens give safety to your purposes.
Thank you. Very well.
Let us withdraw together.
If the Duke with the other Dukes come not to composition with the King of Hungary, why then all the Dukes fall upon the King?
Ah, heaven grant us its peace, but not the King of Hungary's.
Thou concludest like the sanctimonious pirate that went to sea with the 10 Commandments, but scrapped one up the table.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye, that he raised.
Why? 'Twas a commandment to command the captain and all the rest from their functions. They put forth to steal. There's not a soldier of us all that in the thanksgiving before me do relish the petition well that prays for peace.
I never heard any soldier dislike it.
I believe thee, for I think thou never wast where grace was said.
No, a dozen times at least.
What, in metre?
In any proportion, or in any language.
I think in any religion.
Grace is grace, despite of all controversy. As for example, thou self art a wicked villain, despite of all grace.
Well, there went but a pair of shears between us.
I grant, as there may between the lists and the velvet, thou art the list.
Oh, and thou art the velvet. Thou art good velvet. Thou art a three-piled piece, I warrant thee. I just leave be a list of English kersey, as be piled, as thou art piled, for a French velvet. Do I speak feelingly now?
No, I think thou dost, and indeed with most painful feeling of thy speech. I will out of thine own confession learn to begin thy health, but whilst I live forget to drink after thee. Behold, behold, where Madam Mitigation comes. I have purchased as many diseases under her roof as come to. Judge.
$3,000 a year.
I am the
A
rest.
French crown more.
Thou art always figuring diseases in me. Thou art full of error. I am sound.
Nay, not as one would say healthy, but so sound as things that are hollow. Thy bones are hollow. Piety has made a feast of thee.
Oh, how now? Which of thy hips has the most profound sciatica?
There's one yonder, arrested and carried to prison. Was worth 5,000. You all.
Who's that, I pray ye?
That's Claudio.
Claudio in prison? 'Tis not so.
I saw him arrested. Saw him carried away. And which is more, within these 3 days, his head to be chopped off.
Art thou sure of this?
I am too sure of it. And it's forgetting Madame Julietta with child.
Well, it was ever precise in promise-keeping.
Besides, you know, it draws something into the conversation we had to such a purpose.
But most of all, agreeing with the proclamation.
Away. Let's go learn the truth of it.
Thus, what with the war, what with the sweat, what with the gallows, and what with poverty, I am customs-struck. How now? What's the news with you?
Yonder man is carried to prison.
Well, what has he done?
A woman.
And what's his offence?
Oh, groping for trouts in a peculiar river. You have not heard the proclamation, have you?
What proclamation, man?
All the houses in the suburbs of Vienna are to be plucked down.
And what is to become of all those in the city?
They shall stand for seed. They had gone down too, but that a wise burgher put in for them.
But shall all the houses of resort in the suburbs be pulled down?
To the ground, mistress.
What should become of me?
Oh, come, fear you not. Good counsellors lack no clients. Though you change your place, you need not change your trade. Courage. They will take pity on you that have worn your eyes almost out of service. You will be considered. Here comes Signor Claudio, led by the cross to prison. Oh, with Madame Juliet.
Why dost thou bear me thus to the world?
I do it not with evil disposition. Lord Angelo, by special charge.
Why, how now, Claudio? Whence comes this restraint?
Oh, from too much liberty, my Lucio.
What's thy offence, Claudio?
What, to speak of it would offend again?
What? This murder?
No!
Lechery?
Away, sir! You must go.
A word, good friend Lucio, a word with you.
100, if that'll do you any good. Is lechery so looked after?
Thus it came to me. Upon a true contract, I got possession of Julieta's pen. Oh, you know the lady, she is fast my wife. Save that we do the denunciation lack of outward order. This it came not to, only for the propagation of a dower, which remains within the coffers of her friends, from whom we thought to meet to hide our love till time had met them for us. But it chanced as stealth of our most mutual entertainment with character too gross bridge on Juliet.
With charm, perhaps?
Oh, unhappily even so. And this new deputy now for the Duke lets it straight feel the spur. This new governor puts this drowsy, neglected act freshly on me. 'Tis surely for a name.
I warrant it is. And thy head stands so tickle on thy shoulders that a milkmaid, if she be in love, may sigh it off. Send after the Duke and appeal to him.
Oh, I have done so, but he's not to be found. I prithee, Lucio, do me this kind service. This day my sister should the cloister enter, to receive her approbation. Acquaint with her the nature of my state. Implore her in my voice that she make friends with the strict deputy. Bid herself assay him. I have great faith in that, for in her youthfulness there is a prudent speechless dialect such as move men. And well, she can persuade me.
I pray she may. As well for the encouragement of the life which else would stand under grievous imposition as for the enjoying of thy life, who would be sorry should be thus foolishly lost at a game of tic-tac. I'll to her.
Thank you, good friend Lucio.
Within 2 hours.
Come, officer, away.
Good Friday.
Bless.
Wine I desire thee to give me secret harbour, hath a purpose more grave and wrinkled than the aims and ends of burning youth.
May your grace speak.
My holy sir, none better knows than you how I have ever loved the life removed and held in idle prize to haunt assemblies where youth and cost and witless bravery keeps. I have delivered to Lord Angelo, a man of stricture and firm abstinence, my absolute power and place here in Vienna. He supposes me travelled to Poland, for so I have strewed it in the common ear, and so it is received. Now, pious sir, you will demand of me why I do this.
Gladly, my lord.
We have strict statutes and most biting laws, the needful bits and curbs to headstrong weeds, which for these 19 years we have let slip. Now, as fond fathers, having bound up the threatening twigs of birch only to stick it in their children's sight for terror, not to use, in time the rod becomes more mocked than feared. So our decrees, dead to infliction, to themselves are dead, and liberty plucks justice by the nose, the baby beats the nurse, and quite athwart goes all decorum.
It rested in your grace to unloose this tied-up justice when you pleased. And if in you more dreadful, it seems that in Lord Angelo.
I do think too dreadful. Since 'twas my fault to give the people scope, 'twould be my tyranny to strike and gall them for what I bid them do. Therefore I have on Angelo imposed the office, who may in the ambush of my name strike home. And, to behold his sway, I will, as 'twere a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore I prithee, supply me with the habit, and instruct me how I may in person formally bear me like a true friar. Well done. Oh. Lord Angelo is precise, stands at a guard with his envy, scarce confesses that his blood flows, or that his appetite is more to bread than stone. Hence, shall we see if power changes purpose, what our seamers be.
Ho! Peace be in this place.
Peace and prosperity, who is it that calls?
Hail, Virgin. If you be, as those cheek roses proclaim you are no less, can you so speed me as bring me to the sight of Isabella, a novice of this place, and the fair sister to our unhappy brother Claudio?
Why her unhappy brother? Let me ask, I am that Isabella and his sister.
Gentle and fair, your brother kindly greets you. Not to be weary with you, he's in prison.
Whom he? For what?
For that which, if I myself may be his judge, he should receive his punishment in thanks. He hath got his friend with child. Venus, in truth, 'tis thus. Your brother and his lover have embraced. As those that feed grow full. As blossoming time from the seedless the bare fellow brings to teeming poison. Even so her plenteous womb expresseth his thoughts.
Someone with child by him. My cousin Juliet.
Is she your cousin?
Adoptedly, as schoolmates change their names by vain though apt affection.
She it is.
Let him marry her.
That is the point. The Duke is very strangely gone from hence, upon his place, and the full line of his authority governs Lord Angelo, a man whose blood is very snow broth, one who never feels the wanton stings and motions of the sense, But doth rebate and blunt his natural edge with profits of the mind, study and fast. He hath picked out an act, under whose heavy sense your brother's life falls into forfeit. He arrests him on it and follows close the rigour of the statute to make an example of him. All hope is gone, unless you, by the grace of your fair prayer, may soften Angelo.
Doth he so seek his life?
Has censured him already, and as I hear, the provost hath a warrant for his execution.
Alas, what poor power is in me to do him good?
Say the power you have.
Oh, my power, I have no, I doubt.
But our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Go to Lord Angelo, and let him learn to know that when maidens sue, men give like gods, but when they weep and kneel, all their petitions are as freely theirs as they themselves would owe them. But speedily.
I'll about it straight. No longer staying but to give the mother notice of my affair. Humbly thank you. Commend me to my brother. Soon at night I'll send him certain word of my success. But sir, adieu.
Must not make a scarecrow of the law, setting it up to fear the birds of prey, and let it keep one shape till custom make it their perch, and not their terror.
Aye, but yet, let us be keen, and rather drop a little than fall and bruise to death. Alas, this gentleman, whom I would say had a most noble father, let but your honour know whom I believe to be most straight in virtue, that had the circumstances been different, whether you would not have erred in this point at which you censure him and pulled the law upon you.
It is one thing to be tempted, Aeschylus, another thing to fall. You may not so extenuate his offence, for I have had such faults, but rather tell me that when I that do censure him do so offend, let mine own judgment pattern out my death, and nothing come impartial. Sir, he must die.
As but your wisdom wills.
Where is the provost?
Here, if it like, Your Honour.
See that Claudio be executed by 9 tomorrow morning. Bring him his confessor and let him be prepared, for that's the utmost of his pilgrimage.
Heaven forgive him and forgive us all. Some by sin rise and some by virtue fall. Some run from breaks of office and answer none, and some condemned by a fault alone.
If these be good folk in the commonweal who do nothing but use their abuses in common houses, I know no law.
How now, sir?
Never please your worship. I am the Lord Duke's constable and my name is Elbow. I do lean upon justice, sir, and bring before your good worship 2 notorious benefactors.
Benefactors?
If it please your worship, I know not well what they are, but precise villains they are. Of that I am sure.
Go to. What quality are they of? Why dost thou not speak, Elbow?
He cannot, sir. He's out at elbow.
What are you,
Hey, sir? A tapster, parcel boy, one who serves a bad mistress, whose house, sir, was, as they say, plucked down in the suburbs. And now she professes a hothouse, which I think is a very ill house too.
How knowest thou that, Constable?
By my wife, whom I detest before heaven and your honour.
What's thy wife?
I, whom I thank heaven is an honest woman.
Thus thou detestest her?
I say, I would detest myself also, as well as her, that this house, if it not be a bawd's house, it is the pity of her life, for it is a naughty house.
Knowest thou that?
Marry, sir, by my wife, whom, if she was a woman cardinally given, might have been accused of fornication, adultery, and all manner of uncleanness there.
Sir, she came in, great with child and longing for stewed prunes. We had but two in the house which at that very distant time stood, as it were, in a fruit dish, a dish of some threepence. Now, your honours have seen such dishes. They are not china dishes, but very good dishes.
Go to, no more of the dish.
Oh, oh, you are indeed in the right, sir. And to the point, Mistress Elba came in, great with child, great-bellied and longing for prunes, and having but two in the house, Master Froth here, having eaten the rest, and paying for them very honestly, as you know, Master Froth, I could not give you threepence again, and if you may remember that such a one and such a one were past cure, and the thing you what of, and such a very good diet. Oh.
To the point.
Oh.
What did this gentleman do to...
No, your honour cannot come to that yet.
No, nor I can't.
Oh, well, but you shall come to it by your honour's leave, and I beseech your honour, look to Master Froth, a man of 80 pound a year, sitting, as it were, in a lower chair to within the bunch of grapes, or indeed you do have a delight to sit, have you not?
I have so, for it is an open room and place in winter.
This will last out a night in Russia when nights are longest there. I'll take my leave and leave you to the hearing of the cause, hoping you'll find good cause to whip them all.
I believe it, sir. Come to me now. What was done to Elbow's wife by this gentleman? Come once more.
Once? Nothing was done to her once.
I beseech you, sir, ask him what this man did to my wife.
I beseech your honour, ask me.
What did this man do to Elbow's wife? No.
I beseech your honour, look to this man's face, look upon his honour. 'Tis for a good purpose. Doth your honour see any harm in his face?
Why, no.
Well, I'll be supposed upon a book. His face is the worst thing about him. Good then, if his honest face be the worst thing about him, how could this man have done the constable's wife any harm?
Why, he speaks right. What say you, Constable?
First, and you like it, this is a respected man. The house is a respected house, and his mistress is a respected woman.
Oh, by this hand, sir, his wife is a more respected woman than any of us all.
Fine! Thou lies! Oh, wicked Hannibal! I was respected with her before I was married to her. If ever I was respected with her, or she with me, then not trying to think me the poor Duke's officer. Prove it, varlet, or I'll have mine action of battery upon thee.
And if you take a box of the air, you'll have an action for slander as well.
Mary, I thank your good worship for it. What is your worship's pleasure I should do with this wicked caitiff?
There are offences about him that thou wouldst know if thou couldst. So if he continues in his courses, thou will roast.
Mary, I thank your good worship for it. Thou seest now, varlet, now what's come upon thee? Thou art to continue now, varlet. Thou art to continue.
Of what trade are you?
Tapster, sir, a poor widow's tapster.
What's your mistress's name?
Mistress Overdone.
Has she been married more than once?
Oh, 9 times, sir. Overdone by the last.
9 times? Master Frost, come to me. Master Frost? I would not have you spend time with tapsters. They will draw you, and you will hang.
waiting for mine open. I never walk into any room in a tap house. But I am joining.
Be off with you. What is your name?
Pompey.
What else?
Bum, sir.
And your bum is the greatest thing about you. You are aboard, are you not?
Oh.
Without papering it over with Tapster. You are aboard. What think you of the trade?
Well, it would be a lawful trade if only the law would allow it, sir.
But the law will not allow it, Pompey. Not here in Vienna, it will not be allowed. And there are pretty orders coming out with hanging and unheading. So, Pompey, if I had you here before me upon any condition whatsoever, I will send you to be whipped. So, and now, farewell.
I thank your worship for your good counsel.
Constable, how long have you been in this position?
7 years and a half, sir.
I thought from your readiness in the job you had been here. Say you 7 years.
And a half, sir.
I think they put aught upon you. Are there no other men sufficient in your parish to assist with this?
Faith, sir. None of any wit in such matters. As they are chosen, they are glad to choose me. I do it for some piece of money and go through with all.
Fetch me the name of 6 or 7 men of the parish who are sufficient to assist you.
To your worship's house, sir?
To my house. What o'clock is it?
11, sir.
Come you and dine with me.
I'm hungry, thank you.
Oh, I am grieving for the death of Claudio. But there is no remedy.
Lord Angelo is severe.
It is but needful. Mercy is not mercy if it seems so. Pardon is the nurse of second woe. But oh, Claudio. But there is no remedy.
No displeasure. Maybe he'll relent. All sex, all ages, smack of this vice. He's to die for it.
What's the matter now, Provost?
Is it your will Claudio shall die tomorrow?
Did not I tell thee yea? Hadst thou not order? Why dost thou ask again?
Lest I might be too rash. Under your good command, I have seen when after execution, judgment hath repented on his doom.
Go to, do you your office, or give up your place, and you shall be well spared.
Well, what's to be done, sir, with the groaning Juliet? She's very near her hour.
Dispose of her to some more fitter place, and that with speed.
Here's a sister of the name of Dim. Does that exist to you?
Hath he a sister?
Aye, my good lord, a very virtuous maid, soon to be of the sisterhood, if not already.
Well, let her be admitted. See you the fornicatress be removed. Let have needful but not lavish means. You are welcome. What's your will?
I'm both suited to your honour. Please that your honour hear me.
Well, the suit.
There is a vice that most I do abhor, and most desire should make the blow of justice, for which I would not plead but that I must, which I must not plead that I am, at war twixt will and won't.
Well, the matter.
I have a brother who is condemned to die. I beseech you, let it be his fault, and not my brother.
Condemn the fault and not the actor of it. Why, every fault condemned ere it be done. Mine were the very cipher of a function to find the fault whose fine stands in record and let go by the actor.
O just but severe law, I had a brother then.
Give it not o'er so. To him again. Entreat him. Kneel down before him. Hang upon his gown. You're too cold. If you should need a pin, you cannot with more tame the tongue desire. To him I say.
Must he needs die?
Maiden, no remedy.
Yes, I do think that you might pardon him.
I will not do it.
But can you if you would?
Look, what I will not, that I cannot do.
But might you do it, and do the world no harm, if so your heart were touched with that remorse as mine is to him?
He's sentenced. 'Tis too late.
Too late. Why no, I that do speak a word may call it back again. Well, believe this, no ceremony that to great ones longs, not the king's crown, or the deputed sword, nor the marshal's truncheon, nor the judge's robe, become them with half so good a grace as mercy does. If he had been as you, and you as he, you would have slipped like him, and he like you would not have been so stern.
Pray you be gone.
Aye, touch him, there's the bane.
Your brother is a forfeit of the law, and you but waste your words.
How would you be if he who is the top of judgment were to judge you but as you are? Think on that, and then mercy will breathe within your lips like a man will be made.
It is the law, not I, condemns your brother. Were he my kinsman, my brother, or my son, it should be thus with him. He must die tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's sudden. Spare him, spare him. He's not prepared for death. Even for our kitchens we do kill the fowl in season. Shall we serve heaven with less respect than we do minister to our gross selves? Good, good, my lord. Who is it hath died for this offence? There's many hath committed it.
Aye, well said.
The law hath not been dead, though it hath slept. Those many that had not dared to do that evil, if the first that did the edict infringe, had answered for his deed. Now 'tis away, takes note of what is done, and, like a prophet, looks in a glass to see what future evils, either new or by remissness new conceived, and so in progress are to be hatched and born, are to show no successive degrees, but ere they live to end.
That shows some pity.
I show it most of all when I show justice. But then I pity those I do not know, which a dismissed offence would after gall and do him right, that answering one foul wrong lives not to act another. Be satisfied your brother dies tomorrow. Be content.
Then you must be the first that gives this sentence, and he that suffers. Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant.
Oh, to him, wench. He will relent, he is coming like a secret.
Pray heaven she will.
We cannot weigh our brother with ourselves. Great men may jest with saints, 'tis wit in them, but in the less foul profanation. That in the captain is but a choleric word, that in the soldier is flat blasphemy.
Why do you put these sayings upon me?
Because authority, though it err like others, hath yet a kind of medicine in itself that skims the vice of the top. Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know that's like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness such as is his, let it not sound a thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
She speaks, and 'tis such sense that my sense reads with it. Fare you well, I will bethink me. Come again tomorrow.
Hark, how I'll bribe you. Good my lord, turn back.
How? Bribe me.
Aye, with such gifts as heaven will share with you.
Come to me tomorrow.
Go soon. Tis well, away.
Heaven keep your honour safe.
Amen. That day am I going to temptation with prayers to Christ.
At what hour tomorrow shall I attend your lordship?
At any time forenoon.
Save your honour.
From thee, even from thy virtue. What's this? What's this? Is this her fault? Or mine? Tempter or the tempted? Who sins most? Not she, nor doth she tempt. But it is I. Can it be that modesty may more betray our sense than woman's likeness? Having faced ground enough, shall we desire to raise the sanctuary and pitch our evils there? Fie! 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 Oh, what dost thou, or what art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully for those things that make her good? What? Oh, let her brother live. Thieves for their robbery have authority when judges steal themselves. What? Do I love her? And I desire to hear her speak again and feast upon her eyes? What is thy dream on? Cunning enemy, to catch a saint, saints does bait thy hook. Most dangerous is that temptation that doth goad us on to sin in loving virtue. Never could the strumpet with all her double vigour, art and nature once stir my temper. But this virtuous maid subdues me quite. Even till now, when men were fond, I smiled, wondered how.
Hail to you, Provost! For so I think you are.
I am the Provost. What is your will, Father?
Bound by my charity and my blessed order, I am come to visit the afflicted spirits here in the prison. Do me the common right to let me see them and make me know the nature of their crimes, that I may minister to them accordingly.
Here comes one, a gentlewoman of mine, who, falling in the floors of her
Other
youth,
side.
had listed her report. She's with child, and he that got it, sentenced. young man more fit to commit another such offence than die for this.
When must he die?
As I think tomorrow. I have provided for you. Stay a while.
Repent you, fair one, of the sin you carry.
I do and bear shame most patiently.
Herein I'll teach you how you shall arraign your conscience, and try your penitence, if it be sound or hollowly put on.
I'll gladly learn.
Love you the man that wronged you?
Yes, as I love the woman that wronged him.
So then it seems your most offenseful act was mutually committed?
Mutually. I do confess it and repent it, Father. I do repent me, as it is an evil, but take the shame and joy in it.
There rest. Your partner, as I hear, must die tomorrow. And I am going with instruction to him. Grace go with you. Benedicite.
Must I tomorrow? Oh, joyous love that respires me alive. His very comfort is still a dying horror.
When I pray and think and pray to several subjects, heaven hath my empty words, whilst my invention, hearing not my tongue, anchors on Isabel. How now? Who's there?
One Isabella's sister desires access to you.
Teach her the way. Why does my blood thus muster to my heart, making her fit unable for itself and dispossessing all my other parts of necessary fitness?
I have come to know your pleasure.
That you might know it would much better please me than to demand what is. Your brother cannot live, yet may he live as long as you or I, yet he must die.
Under your sentence?
Yet.
When, I beseech you, that in his reprieve, longer or shorter, he may be so fitted that his soul sicken not.
By these filthy vices, were as good to pardon him that hath from nature stolen a man already made, is to remit their saucy sweetness that would coin heaven's image in stamps that are forbid. So all is easy, false they do, take away a life true made, as to put metal in restrained means, to make false.
'Tis set done so in heaven, but not in earth.
Which had you rather, that the most just law now took your brother's life, or to redeem him? Give up your body to such sweet uncleanness as she that he hath stayed.
Believe me, sir, I had rather give my body than my soul.
I talk not of your soul. Add to this, I, now the voice of the recorded law, pronounce a sentence on your brother's life. Might there not be a charity in sin to save a brother's life?
Please you to do it. I'll take it as a peril on my soul. It is no sin at all, but charity.
Pleased you to do it at peril of your soul, were equal poise of sin and charity.
That I do beg his life. If it be sin, heaven let me bear it. You granting of my suit, if that be sin, I'll make it my morn prayer to have it added to the faults of mine, and nothing of your answer.
Nay, but hear me, your sense pursues not mine. Either you are ignorant, or seem so craftily, and that's not good. But mark me, you receive it plain. I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
So?
And his offence is so that it appears accountant to the law upon that pain.
True.
Admit no other way to save his life but that in the loss of question that you, his sister, finding yourself desired of such a person, whose credit with the judge or of great place, fetch your brother from the manacles of the all-building law, and that there were no earthly means to save him, that either you must lay down the treasures of your body to this post, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
As much for my poor brother as for myself. That is, were I under the terms of death, the impression of keen whips I'd wear as rubies and strip myself to death, as to a bed that longing have been sick for, ere I'll yield my body up to shame.
Then must your brother die.
And 'twere the cheaper way. Better that a brother should die at once than that a sister in redeeming him should die forever.
Were not you then as cruel as the sentence that you have slandered so?
Ignominy and ransom and free pardon are of true houses. Lawful mercy is nothing kin to foul redemption.
You seemed of late to make the law a tyrant, and rather prove the sliding of your brother a merriment than a vice.
Pardon me, my lord. It oft falls out. To have what we would have, we speak not as we mean. I something do excuse the thing I hate, for his advantage that I dearly love.
We are all frail.
Else let my brother die, if not a feddery, but only he, oh, and succeed thy weakness.
Nay, women are frail too.
Aye. As the glasses were in their view themselves, which are as easy broke as they make forms. Women, help heaven. Men their creation mar in profiting by them. Nay, call us 10 times frail, for we are soft as our complexions are, and credulous to false prints.
I think it well. Be that as you are, that is, a woman. If you be more, you're none. If you be one, as you are, well expressed by all external warrants. Show it now by putting on the test and livery.
I have no tumble one. Gentle, my lord. Let me entreat you speak the former language.
Oh, plainly conceive, I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me he shall die for it.
He shall not, Isabel. If you but give me love, believe me on mine honour, my words express my purpose.
Little honour to be much believed, and most pernicious purpose. I will proclaim thee, Angelo, look for it. Sign me at present pardon for my brother's life, but with outstretched throat I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art.
Who will believe then? My unsoiled name, the austerities of my life, my vows against you and my place in the state will stow your accusation away. You shall but stifle in your own report and smell of calumny. I have begun, and now with my central race the rein, fit thy consent to my sharp appetite. Lay by all nicety and Polixius blushes that do banish what these do for. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy brother to my will, or else must he not only die the death, but thy unkindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow, or by the affection that now guide me most, I will prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My fault so aways your true.
Whom should I complain? Did I tell this, who would believe me? Call to my brother. For though he hath fallen by puncture of the blood, yet he hath in him such a mind of honour, that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 blocks, he'll draw them up before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. Isabel the chaste, and brother die. More than our brother is our chastity. I will go tell him of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death, for his soul's rest.
So, then you hope of pardon from Lord Angelo?
The miserable have no other remedy, but only hope. I hope to live, and am prepared to die.
Be absolute for death. Either death or life shall thereby be the sweeter. Thy best of rest is sleep, and that thou oft provokes, yet grossly fears thy death, which is no more. Thou art not thyself, for thou exists on many 1,000 grains that issue out of dust.
I humbly thank you. 'Tis soon to live, I find I seek to die, and seeking death, find life. Let it come on.
Not hope, peace be here, grace and good company.
Dear sir, ere long I'll visit you again.
Holy Father, I thank you.
My business is a word or two with Claudio.
And very welcome. Signor, he's his sister.
Provost, a word with you?
As many as you please.
Bring me to hear them speak, or I may be seen.
Dear sister, what's the comfort?
Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, seeks you for his swift ambassador, where you shall be an everlasting liger, Therefore, your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you set on.
And is there no remedy?
None but to save the head, to cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may live.
But in what nature?
In such a one as you consenting to it would bark your honour from that trunk you bear and leave you naked.
Let me know the point.
To fear thee, Claudio, and I quake, lest thou a feverish life shouldst entertain in 6 or 7 winters more respect than a perpetual honour. Darest thou die? The sense of death is most in apprehension, and the poor beetle that we tread upon in corporal sufferance finds a pang as great as when a giant dies.
Why give you me this shame? I must die. I will encounter darkness as a bride. Come it in thine arms.
Yes, you must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I would yield him my virginity, thou mightst be freed?
I cannot do it.
Yes, he would give it thee from this rank offence, so to offend him still. This night's the night that I should do what I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow.
Thou cannot do it.
But my life, I'll throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pin.
Thanks, Isabel.
You ready, Claudio? For your death tomorrow.
Sure. It is no sin, or of the deadly 7 it is the least.
What says my brother?
Death is a fearful thing.
And shame and life, a hateful.
Aye. But to die? And go, we know not where? To lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This warm, sensible notion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, to reside within the thrilling region of thick, ribbed eyes, to be imprisoned with the viewless winds and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse and worse than those that lull us in uncertain thought. Imagine hell, it is so horrible! The weariest and most loathed worldly life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay upon nature is a paradise! To what we fear of death.
Alas. Alas.
Sweet sister, let me live! The sin you do to save a brother's life, that he dispenses a deed so far that becomes a virtue!
Beast! You coward! You dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? This is not a kind of incest, to take thy life for mine own sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair for such a warped slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance. Die! Perish! I'll pray 1,000 words for thy death, not one word to save thee.
May they hear me?
Fine, thy sin is not accidental, but a trade. 'Tis best thou diest quickly.
Oh, please! Oh, hear me! Oh, Isabella!
Vouchsafe a word, young sister, but one word.
What is your will?
If you would grant your leisure, I would by and by have some speech with you. The satisfaction I would require is likewise your own benefit.
I have no superfluous leisure. My stay must be stolen out of other affairs, but I will hear you a while.
Son, I have overheard what had passed between you and your sister. Lord Angelo had never the purpose to corrupt her, only he had made an essay of her virtue to practice his judgment with the disposition of nature. She, having the truth of honour in her, had made him that gracious denial which he is most glad to receive. I am confessor to Angelo, and I know this to be true. Therefore, do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die.
Let me ask my sister for pardon. I am so out of love with life. I would sue to be rid of it.
Hold you there. Farewell. Provost to work with you.
What is your good, Father?
But now you are come, you will be gone. Leave me a while with the maid. My mind promises with my habit, no loss shall touch her by my coming.
In good time.
The hand that made you fair hath made you good. The goodness that is cheap in beauty makes beauty brief in goodness. But grace, being the soul of your complexion, shall keep the body of it ever fair. The assault that Angelo hath made to you, fortune hath conveyed to my understanding, and but that frailty hath examples for his falling. I should wonder at Angelo. How will you do to content this substitute and to save your brother?
I'm now going to resolve him. I'd rather my brother die by the law than that my son should be unlawfully born. But how mistaken is the good Duke in Angelo? If ever he shall return and I can speak, I will open my lips in vain, or else discover his government.
That shall not be much amiss. Yet as the matter now stands, you will avoid your accusation. Or fasten your ear on my advisement. The remedy presents itself. I do make myself believe that you may most uprighteously do a poor, wronged lady a merited benefit. Redeem your brother from the angry law. Do no stain to your own gracious person. And much please the absent Duke, if peradventure he shall ever return to have hearing of this business.
Let me hear you speak, Father. I have a spirit to do anything that seems not violating the truth of my spirit.
Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. Have you not heard speak of Marianne, sister of Frederick, the great soldier who was carried at sea?
I've heard of the lady, and good words went with her name.
She should this Angelo have married, affianced to her by oath and the nuptial appointed, between which time of the contract and the limit of the solemnity was her brother wrecked at sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister. Mark how this befell the poor gentlewoman, for there she lost a noble and renowned brother, and his love toward her ever most kind and natural, and with him the portion and sinew of her fortune, her marriage dowry, with both her combinate husband, this well-seeming Angelo.
Can this be so? Did Angelo so leave her?
Left her in tears, and dried not one of them with his comfort, swallowed his vows whole, pretending in her some discoveries of dishonour. Few bestowed her on her own lamentation, which she yet wears for his sake. He, a marvel to her tears, is washed with them, but relents not.
What injustice in this world that it should let this man live? But how out of this can she avail?
It is a rupture you may easily heal, and the cure of it not only saves your brother, but keeps you from dishonour in doing it. This forenamed man, yet in her the continuance of her first affection, his unjust unkindness that in all reason should have quenched her love, hath like an impediment in the current made it more violent and unruly. Go you to Angelo. Answer his requiring with a plausible obedience. Agree with his demands to the point. Only refer yourself to this advantage. First, that the time must have all shadow and silence in it. That the time spent with him must be brief, and the place answer to convenience. This being granted in course, we will advise this wronged maid to step up your appointment. Go in your place. If the encounter acknowledge itself hereafter, it may compel him to a recompense. Hereby this is your brother saved, your honour untainted, poor Mariana advantaged, and the corrupt deputy scaled. If you think well to carry this, as you may, the doubleness of the benefit defends the deceit from reproof. What think you of it?
The image of it gives me content already, and I trust it shall grow into a prosperous perfection.
Going to Angelo. If for this night he entreats you to his bed, give him promise of satisfaction. I'll presently to St. Luke's. There resides this dejected Mariana. At that place, call upon me, and dispatch with Angelo that it may be quickly.
Evening, good Father Friar.
And you, good brother, father, what offence hath this man made you, sir?
He hath offended the law, sir. And, sir, we take him for a thief, too. For I found a strange picklock on him, sir, which I have sent to the deputy.
Fie, sirrah, a board, a wicked board. The evil that thou causest to be done, that is thy means to live. Do thou but think what 'tis to cram and maul, or clothe a back from such a filthy vice? Go mend. Go mend.
It may stink in some sort, sir, but yet I would...
No, take him to prison, officer. Correction and instruction must both work ere this rude beast will profit.
He's before the deputy, sir. He hath given him warning. The deputy will not abide a whoremaster.
My comfort, I brought bail. Here is a gentleman and a friend of mine.
How now, noble Pompey? How doth my dear morsel thy mistress? Procures she still?
Oh, she hath eaten up all her beef and is herself in the tub.
Thou going to prison, Pompey?
Faith, sir.
Why, 'tis not amiss. Farewell. Go. Say I sent thee thither. For debt, Pompey, or how?
For being a bawd. For being a bawd.
Well then, imprison him. If imprisonment be the due of a bawd, why 'tis his right. Bawd he is doubtless, and of antiquity too. Bawd! Farewell, noble Pompey, commend me to thy prison.
I hope your good worship will be my bail.
No, indeed will I not, Pompey. I will pray, Pompey, to increase your bondage. If you trust in Pompey,
You will not be my bail then?
then Pompey, nor now. Go to kennel, Pompey, go! What news, Friar, of the Duke?
I know none. Can you tell me of any?
Some say he's with the Emperor of Russia. Others some he is in Rome. But where is he, think you?
Oh, I know not. But wheresoever he is, I wish him well.
It was a mad, fantastical trick of him to steal from the state and usurp the beggary he was never born to. Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence. He puts transgression to it.
He does well in it.
A little more lenity to lechery will do no harm in him. Something too crabbed that way, Friar.
It is too general a vice, and severity must cure it.
Yes, in good sooth. The vice is of a great kindred. It is well allied, but it is impossible to extirp it quite, Friar. Till eating and drinking be put down. They say this Lord Angelo was not made by man and woman after this downright way of creation. Is it true, think you?
How should he be made then?
Some report a sea maid spawned him. Others some he was begot between two stockfishes. But it is certain that when he makes water, His urine is congealed ice. That I know to be true. Why, what a ruthless thing this is in him. For the rebellion of the codpiece to take away the life of a man. If the Duke that was absent had done this, he had some feeling for the sport. He knew the service, and that instructed him to nursing.
Well, I never heard the absent Duke much detected for women. He was not inclined that way.
No, sir, you are deceived.
It's not possible.
Who? Not the Duke. Yes, your beggar of 50. And his use was to put a ducat in a clap dish. The Duke had crotchets in him. And he would be drunk too, that let me inform you.
Well, you do him wrong, surely.
I wasn't inward of his. A shy fellow was the Duke. And I believe I know the cause of his withdrawing.
Oh, what I prithee might be the cause?
Nay, pardon. 'Tis a secret must be kept within the teeth and the lips. But this I can let you understand. The greater file of the subject held the Duke to be wise.
Wise? Well, I had no question but he was.
Very superficial, ignorant, unweighing fellow.
Either this is envy in you, folly, or mistaking. The very stream of his life and the business he hath held must, upon a warranted need, give him a better proclamation. Therefore, you speak unskilfully.
Sir, I know him, and I love him.
Love talks with better knowledge, and knowledge with dearer love.
Come, sir, I know what I know.
I can hardly believe that, since you know not what you speak. But if ever the Duke were to return, as our prayers are he may, I bid you, make your answer before him. If it be honest you have spoke, you have the courage to maintain it. I am bound to call upon you. And I pray you, your name?
Sir, my name is Lucian, well known to the Duke. I fear you not.
Oh, you hope the Duke will return no more.
Thou art deceived in me, friar. But enough talk of this. Canst thou tell if Claudio die tomorrow or no?
Why should he die, sir?
Why? For filling a bottle with a tun dish. I wish the Duke would talk of war returned again. The ungenerated agent will unpeople the province with continency. The Duke, yet, would have dark deeds darkly answered. He would never bring them to light would he were returned. Farewell, good friar. I prithee, pray for me. The Duke, I say to thee again, would eat mutton on Fridays. He's not past it yet, and I say to thee, he would mouth with a beggar, though she smelt brown bread and garlic. Saying that I said so.
Good prisoner, good my lord, be good to me.
Double and treble admonition, and still further into same kind. This would make mercy swear and play the tyrant.
A board of 11 years continuance, if it please your honour.
Good my lord, this is one Lucio's information against me. Lucius came down, was with child by him in the Duke's time. He promised her marriage. His child is 1.25 years old, come Philip and Jacob. I have kept it to myself. And see how he goes about to abuse me!
Take her to prison. No more words.
No! I beg you! Mercy! Justice! Oh! No!
Promised. My brother Angelo will not move. Claudio will die tomorrow. See his command and a compassionate preparation.
If it please you, this friar hath been with him and advised him for the entertainment of death.
Good evening, good father.
Bliss and goodness on you.
Whence are you from?
Not of this country, though my chance is now to use it for my kind. I am a brother of gracious order, late come from the sea, in special business from his holiness.
what business is abroad?
Nothing. I pray you, sir, of what disposition was the Duke?
He contended above all strifes to understand himself.
What pleasures was he given to?
He pleasured to make others merry rather than to rejoice in his own merriment, a gentleman of all continents. I have been informed that you have conversed with the prisoner. How did you find him settled?
He professes to have received no sinister measure from the judge, but most willingly humbles himself to the determination of justice, and so he is resolved to die.
You have given heaven your prudence, and the prisoner the debt of your experience. My brother Justice is very severe. I would wish he had more compassion, but he is not so. I have said to him, you are indeed Justice.
If his own life answer the straightness of his proceedings, it shall become him well. Wherein, if he chance to fail, he hath sentenced himself.
I will visit the prisoner. Fare you well.
Peace be with you. He who is Lord of heaven will bear, should be as holy as severe, pattern in himself to know grace to stand and virtue go, more nor less to others' pain than by self-offences weighing. Shame to him, whose cruel striking kills for faults of his own liking. Oh, what may man with him hide, though angel on the outward side? Craft against vice I must defy. With Angelo tonight shall lie his old betrothed, but despised. So the disguised shall, by the disguised, pay with falsehood false exacting, and perform an old contracting. The wicked Angelo hath crossed the line. Now, gentles, it is time for you to expel Uri. Or have a drink, or a wee, and we shall be back anon for Act 3, Act 2. Well, technically, fun fact, it's really Act 4. Hey, yeah. Theatre, eh? What a bastard.
Take those lips away that so sweetly were forsworn, and those eyes that break of day, lights that do mislead the morn. But my kisses bring again, seals of love but sealed in vain, seal it in vain.
Oh, I cry you mercy, sir, and one could wish he had not found me here so musical. Let me excuse me, and believe me so, my mirth is much displeased, but please my woe.
Brave, tell me, hath anybody inquired for me here of late? Much upon this time have I promised here to meet.
You have not been inquired after. I have sat here all day.
I will call upon you anon for some advantage to yourself.
I am always bound to you.
well met, and welcome. What is the news from this good deputy?
He hath a garden circling with a brick, whose western side is with a vineyard back, and through that vineyard is a plancher gate that makes his opening with this larger key. This other doth a little door command, that from the vineyard to the garden leads, and there have I made my promise upon the heavy middle of the night to call upon him.
Are there no other tokens between you agreed concerning her observance?
No, none, but a bouquet in the dark, and I have possessed in my most stay can be but brief, for I have made no right to have a servant come days upon me, whose persuasions I come about my brother.
It's well borne up. I have not yet made known to Mariana a word of this. What ho within? Come forth. Pray you, be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good.
I do desire the like.
Take then this, your companion by the hand, who hath a ready story for your ear. I will stay upon your leisure, but make haste. Vaporous night approaches. Oh, place and greatness. Millions of false eyes are stuck upon thee. Volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quests upon thy doings. 1,000 escapes of wit make thee the father of their idle dreams and rack thee in their fancies. Welcome. Have a read.
She'll take the enterprise upon her father if you advise it.
It is not my consent, but my entreaty too.
A little have you to say when you depart, but soft and low, remember now my brother.
Fear me not.
Nor, gentle daughter, fear you not at all. He is your husband on a free contract. To bring us together, 'tis no sin, so that the justice of your title to him doth flourish the deceit. Come, let us go. Our corns to reap, for yet our tides to sow.
Shall relieve you of your duties. If not, you shall serve your full time of imprisonment and your deliverance with an unpitied whipping. You have been a notorious bore.
Oh, I have been an unlawful board time out of mine, but I will be content to be a lawful hangman. I would be glad to receive some instruction from my fellow partner.
What old Borson? Oh, where's Borson there?
Do you call, sir?
Madam, here's a fellow who will help you tomorrow in your execution. Do you think it meet? Compound with him by the year and have him abide here with you. If not, use it for the present and dismiss him. You cannot plead his estimation with you. He has been abhorred.
Abhorred, sir? He will discredit our mystery.
Go to, madam. You weigh equally. A feather will turn the scale.
Ma'am, by your good favour, for surely a good favour you have, as though you have a hanging look, Do you, ma'am, call your occupation a mystery?
Why, sir, a mystery.
What mystery should there be in hanging?
Sir, it is a mystery.
Oh.
Every true man's apparel fits your teeth. If it be too little for your thief, your true man think it's big enough. If it be too big for your thief, your thief think it's little enough. Therefore, every true man's apparel fits your thief.
Are you agreed?
Oh, sir, I will serve her. I have been aboard, but I do find your hangman to be a more penitent trade. He doth often ask forgiveness.
You, Sarah, provide your block and your axe. Tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
Come on then, board, I will instruct thee in my trade. Forward!
Call hither Claudio and Barnaby. One hath my pity, not a jot the other being a murderer, though he were my brother. Ah, Claudio, look. Here is the warrant for thy death. It is now dead midnight. By 8 o'clock, thou must be made immortal. Where's Barnaby?
As fast locked in sleep as guiltless labor. He will not wake.
Who can do good on him? We'll go. Prepare thyself. May heaven bring thy spirit comfort. Oh, I would this were some pardon or reprieve for the most gentle Claudio. Welcome, Father.
The best and wholesomest spirits of the night envelop you, good Provost. Have there been any messages for me?
No, none since the curfew rang.
Not Isabel?
No?
They will then, ere it be morning.
What comfort is for Claudio?
There's some in hope.
'Tis a bitter deputy.
Not so, not so. His life is paralleled even with the stroke and line of his great justice. He doth with holy abstinence subdue that in himself which he does spur on his power to qualify in others. Were he mealed with that which he corrects, then were he tyrannous, but this being so, he's just. This is a gentle provost. Seldom when the steeled jailer is the friend of men.
Then he must stay until the officer arrived to let him in. He's called up.
You no countermand for Claudio yet, but that he must die tomorrow.
None, sir, none.
As near the dawning, Provost, as it is, you shall hear more ere morning.
Happily you something know. Yet I believe there comes no countermand. No such example have we. Besides, against the siege of justice, Lord Angelo hath to the public here professed the contrary. Here comes his lordship's man.
Here comes Claudio's pardon.
My lord is simply this noted by me to spare the charge that you swerve not from the smallest article of it, neither in time, matter, or other circumstance. Good morrow, for as I take it on this day.
I shall obey him.
This is his pardon, purchased by such sin which the pardoner himself is in. How now, sir? What news?
I told you, Lord Angelo, belike thinking me remiss in mine office, sends me this unwanted putting on. I think strangely, for he hath not used it before.
Pray you, sir, let us hear.
Whatsoever you may hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 o'clock, and in the afternoon Bernardine. For my better satisfaction, let me have Claudio's head sent me by 5. Let this be duly performed with the thought that more depends on it than we must yet deliver. Thus, fail not to do your office, or you shall answer it at your peril. Oh, what say you to this, sir?
What is that Barnaby who is to be executed in the afternoon?
Bohemian born, but here nursed and bred. One that is a prisoner, 9 years old.
How came it that the absent Duke had not either delivered him to his liberty or executed him? I've heard it was ever his manner to do so.
His friends still wrote reprieves for him, and indeed his fact, until now, in the government of Lord Angelo, came not to an undoubtful proof.
Hath he borne himself penitently in prison? How seems he to be touched?
Oh, as one who apprehends death no more dreadfully than as a drunken sleep. Reckless, careless, fearless of what's past, present, or to come. Insensible of mortality. Oh, yet desperately mortal.
He wants advice.
No, he'll be none. He hath evermore had the liberty of the prison. Give him leave to escape hence, he would not. Drunk many times a day. Indeed, many days entirely drunk. We have oft awaked him, as though to carry him to execution, yea, shown him a seeming warrant for it. Hath not moved him at all.
There is written in your brow, Provost, honesty and constancy. If I read it not truly, my ancient skill beguiles me. But in the boldness of my cunning, I will lay myself in hazard. This Claudio, whom here you have warrant to execute, is of no greater forfeit to the law than Angelo, who had sentenced him. To make you understand this in a manifested effect, I crave 4 days' respite, for the which you are to do me a present and a dangerous courtesy.
Pray, sir, in what?
In the delaying death.
Alack, how may I do it, having the hour limited and an express command unto penalty to deliver his head in the view of Angelo? Oh, I shall make my case as Claudio's to cross this in the smallest.
By the vow of mine order, I warrant you, if my instructions may be your guide, let this Barnaby be this morning executed, and his head borne to Angelo.
Angelo hath seen them both, and will discover the favour.
Death's a great disguiser, and you may add to it. Shave the head and tie the beard, and say it was the desire of the penitent to be so bared before his death. You know the course is common. If anything fall to you upon this, more than thanks and good fortune, I will plead against it with my life.
Pardon me, good father, it is against my oath.
Were you sworn to the Duke or to the Deputy?
To him and his substitutes.
You will think then you have made no such offence if the Duke avouched the justice of your dealing?
What likelihood is in that?
Not a resemblance, but a certainty. But since I see you fearful that neither my coat, nor integrity, nor persuasion can with ease attempt you, I will go further than I meant to pluck all fears out of you. This is the hand. This is the hand and seal of the Duke. You know the character, I doubt not, and the signet is not strange to you.
I know them both.
The contents of this is the return of the Duke. You shall anon overread it at your leisure, where you shall find that within 2 days he will be here. This is a thing that Angelo knows not, for he this very day receives letters of a strange tenor. Perchance of the Duke's death, perchance of his entering into a monastery, but by chance, nothing of what is writ. Put not yourself into amazement how these things should be. All difficulties are but easy when they are known. Call your executioner, and off with Barnardine's head. I will give him a present shrift and advise him for a better place. Come away, Provost. It is almost clear dawn.
I am as well acquainted as I was in our house of profession. One might think this were Mistress Overdone's own house, for here are many of her old customers, like young Master Ratch, and young Drop Air that killed Lusty Pudding, and I think 40 more. All of them great doers in our trade, and are now for the Lord's sake.
Bring Bernadine hither!
Master Bernadine, you must rise and be hanged.
Who makes that noise there? What are you?
Your friend, sir, the hangman. You must be so good to rise and be put to death.
Away, you rogue, away. I am sleeping.
Tell him he must awake, and that's quickly too!
Master Bernadine, pray, awake till you are executed and sleep afterwards.
Go into him and fetch him out! Is the axe upon the block, sitter?
Very ready, ma'am.
How now, Orson? What's the news with you?
Truly, sir, I would desire to clap into your prayers, for look you, the warrants come. Oh!
You rogue. I've been drinking all night. I'm not fit.
Oh, all the better, sir, for he that drinks all night and is hanged betimes in the morning shall sleep all the sounder the next day.
Ah, here comes your ghostly father. Do we just now think you?
Bound by my charity and hearing how hastily you are to depart, I am come to advise you, comfort you, and pray with you.
For I am not I.
Oh, Holy Spirit.
And I will have more time to prepare me, or they shall beat out my brains with billets. I will not consent to die this day, that's certain.
Sir, you must, and I do beseech you, look forward on the journey you must go.
I swear I will not die today for any man's persuasion.
But he...
Not a word! If you have anything to say to me, come to my ward. For thence will not hide today.
Great fellows, bring to the plot.
Now, sir, how did you find the prisoner?
Creature unprepared, unmeet for death. Transporting in the mighty ears were damnable.
Here in the prison, father, died this morning of a cruel fever, one Ragazzini, a most notorious pirate, a man of Claudio's years, his beard and head just of his colour. What if we do omit this reprobate to leave a well inclined and satisfy the deputy with the visage of this Ragazzini, more like to Claudio?
It's an accident that heaven provides. Dispatch it presently. The hour draws on, prefixed by Angelo. Go, see it done, and sent according to command, while I persuade this rude wretch willingly to die.
Shall be done, sir, presently, but Barnardine must die this afternoon. And how are we to continue Claudio, to save me from the danger that might come if he were known alive?
Put this Barnardine and Claudio in secret holes. Then, ere the sun hath made his journal greeting to yonder generation, twice you shall find your safety manifested.
I am your free dependent.
Now, will I write letters to Angelo? The provost he shall bear them, whose contents shall witness to him that I am near at home, and that by great injunctions I am bound to enter publicly. Him I'll desire to meet me at the consecrated fount, a league below the city. And from thence, by cold gradation and well-balanced form, we shall proceed with Angelo. Tongue of Isabel. Oh, she's come to know if yet her brother's pardon be come hither, but I will keep her ignorant of her good. Good morning to you, fair and gracious daughter.
Yet the deputy sent my brother's pardon.
He hath released him, Isabel, from the world. His head is off and sent to Angelo.
Nay, but it is not so.
Show your wisdom, daughter, and your close patience.
I will to him and pluck out his eyes.
You shall not be admitted to his side.
Oh, Claudio, wretched Isabella, injurious world, most damned Angelo.
This nor hurts him nor profits you a jot. Forbear it, therefore. Mark what I say, for the which you shall find by every syllable a faithful verity. The Duke comes home tomorrow. Nay, dry your eyes. His confessor gives me this instance. Already he hath carried notice to Aeschylus and to Angelo, who do prepare to meet him at the gates, there to give up their power. Grace of the Duke, revenges to your heart.
I am directed by
This letter then, to Friar Peter give. Say, by this token I desire to meet him at Mariana's house tonight. Her cause and yours I'll perfect him withal, and he shall bring you before the Duke, and to the head of Angelo accuse him, home and home. For mine own poor self, I am combined by a sacred vow and shall be absent. Wend you with this letter. Command these fretting waters from your eyes.
Good even, Friar. Where's the provost?
Not within, sir.
How pretty Isabella. And pale at mine heart to see thine eyes so red. I must be patient. You say the Duke will be here tomorrow? Oh, my troth, Isabella. I love thy brother. The old fantastical Duke of Dark Corners had been at home. He'd have lived.
So the Duke is marvellous little according to your reports. The best is he lives not in them.
Friar, thou knowest not the Duke as well as I do. He's a better woodman than thou takest him for.
Fare you well.
I'll go along with thee. I can tell thee pretty tales of the Duke.
Oh, pretty not. You've told me too many of them already.
I was once before him forgetting a wench with child.
Did you so?
Yes, marry, did I? But I was fain to forswear it. Thou would else have married me to the rotten meddler. I'll go along with thee to the lade's end. If bawdy talk offend thee, there'll be very little of it. Nay, Friar, I am a kind of burr. I shall stick.
letter he has written has discharged other.
In most uneven and distracted manner. His actions show much like to madness. Pray heaven his wisdom be not tainted. Why should we meet him at the gates and redeliver our authorities there?
I guess not.
And why should we proclaim it in an hour before his entry, that if any crave redress of injustice, they should exhibit their petitions in the street?
He has given us reason for that, to disprove these claims and release us from the troubles hereafter. That's why he calls this collection of complaints to erase them.
Well, let it be proclaimed. Betimes in the morn I will call you at your house.
They will.
Good night. Speed, unshaped, white. Shakespeare, unpregnant and dull to all proceedings. Flowered male, by an eminent body that enforced the law against. That, the tender shame, will not proclaim against her maiden loss. How might she tongue me? Yet, reason dares her no. My authority bears of a credent bulk that no particular scandal once can touch. What confounds the breathing?
These letters, at fit time, deliver me. The provost knows our purpose and our plot. The matter being afoot, keep your instruction and hold you ever to our special drift.
It shall be speeded well.
speak so indirect, I am loath. I would speak the truth, but to accuse him so, that is your part.
Be ruled by him.
Besides, he tells me that if peradventure he should speak against me on the adverse side, I should not think it strange, for it is a physic that is bitter to sweet end. Please, here comes the friar.
Come! I have found you at a sad most fit which you shall have such vantage on the Duke, he shall not pass you. Twice have the trumpets sounded. The bravest and generous citizens have hence the gates, and the Duke is very near upon entering. Therefore, hence away!
Our very worthy cousin, welcome hither. Our old and faithful friend, we are glad to see you.
Happy return me to your royal grace.
Many and hearty thankings to you both. We made inquiry of you, and hear such goodness of your justice that our soul cannot but yield you forth to public thanks before running more requital. Our desert speaks loud, and I should wrong it to lock it in the walls of a covert bosom. Give me your hand, and let the subject see that outward courtesies would fain proclaim to keep within. Yes, come, Aeschylus, you must walk by us on our other hand.
Now is your time, speak loud! Justice, O royal Duke, fail your regard upon a wrong I would fain have said and made. Dishonour not your eye by casting me on any other object until you have heard me in my true complaint and given me justice.
Relate your wrongs. In what? By whom? Be brief. Here is Lord Angelo, shall give you justice. Reveal yourself to him.
My lord, you bid me seek redemption of the devil. Fear me yourself, for that which I must speak must punish me, not being believed, or else wring redress from you. Hear me, hear.
Her wits, I fear me, are not firm. She hath been suited to me for her brother, cut off by course of justice.
By course of justice.
And she will speak most bitterly and strange.
Most strange, but yet most truly will I speak.
And strange.
Most strange, but yet most truly will I speak. That Angelo is forsworn is not strange. That Angelo is an adulterous thief is not strange. That Angelo is a murderer is not strange. That Angelo is a hypocrite, a virgin violator is not strange and strange.
Nay, it is 10 times strange. Away with her, poor soul, she speaks this in the infirmity of sense.
Thank you, sir, as I believe there is another power than this world, I beseech you not to neglect me with that thought that I am touched by madness. Make not impossible that which but seems unlike. 'Tis not impossible, but one, the wickedest caitiff on the ground, may seem as shy, as grave, as just, as absolute as Angelo. Even so may Angelo in all his dressings, parrots, titles, forms be an arch villain. Believe it, royal sir, if he be less, he's none. But he's more, had I more name for badness.
By heaven, if she be mad, as I believe no other, her madness hath the oddest frame of sense. Such dependency of thing on thing as e'er I heard in madness. Many that are not mad, I'm sure, more lack of reason. What would you say?
I am the sister of one Claudio, condemned upon the act of fornication to lose his head, condemned by Angelo. I, in probation of the sisterhood, was sent to by my brother, one Lucio, as then the messenger.
That's I. Unlike your grace, I came to her from Claudio, and desire her try her gracious fortune with Lord Angelo for her poor brother's pardon.
You were not bid to speak.
Nay, my good lord, nor wish to hold my peace.
I wish you now. Proceed.
This gentleman told somewhat of my tale.
Right. It may be right, But you are in the wrong to speak before your time. Proceed.
I went to this pernicious, hated deputy.
Well, that's somewhat madly spoken.
Pardon it, my lord. The phrase is to the matter.
Mend it again. The matter, proceed.
In brief, to set the necklace process by how I persuaded, how I prayed and knelt, and how he replied and repelled me, and how I replied, for this was of much length. The vile conclusion I now begin with grief and shame to utter. He would not, but by the gift of my chaste body to his incompassable intemperate lust, release my brother. And after much debatement, my sisterly remorse confutes mine honour, and I did yield to him. But in the warmer times his purpose surfeiting, he sends a warrant for my poor brother's head.
By heaven, fond wretch. Either thou knowest not what thou speakst, or else thou art suborned against his honour in hateful practice. First, his integrity stands without blemish. Next, it imports no reason that he should, with such vehemency, pursue faults proper to himself. If he had so offended, he would have weighed thy brother by himself, and not have cut him off. Someone has set you on. Confess the truth, and say by whose advice thou camest here to complain. Officer to prison with her. Shall we thus permit a blasting and a scandalous wreath to fall on one so near us? This needs must be a practice. Who knew of your intent and coming hither?
One that I would with hear, Friar Lodowick.
Ghostly father, belike. Who knows that Lodowick?
My lord, I know him. 'Tis a meddling friar. I do not like the man. Had he been laid, my lord, for certain words he spake against your grace and your retirement, I had swayed him soundly.
Words against me. Oh. And to set on this wretched woman here against our substitute. Let this friar be found!
But yesternight, my lord, she and that friar, I saw them at the prison. A saucy friar, a very scurvy fellow.
Oh, blessed be your royal grace! I have stood by and I have heard your royal ear abused. First, hath this woman most wrongfully accused your substitute, who is as free from touch or soil with her.
We did believe no other. Know you that Friar Lodowick she speaks of?
I know him for a man divine and holy, not scurvy nor a temporary meddler, as this gentleman reports. And, on my trust, a man that never yet did misreport your grace.
My lord most villainously believe it.
Oh, well, he in time may come to clear himself. But at this moment he is sick of a strange fever. At his mere request upon learning there was complaints intended against Lord Angelo, came I hither to speak. As from his mouth what he doth know is true and false. First, to justify this worthy nobleman most viciously, personally accused, what her shall you hear disproved to her eyes, till she herself confess it.
Do not smile at this, Lord Angelo. Give us some seats. Come, cousin, in this I'll be impartial. Be you judge of your own cause. Is this the witness, Friar? First let her show her face, and after speak.
Pardon, my lord. I will not show my face until my husband bids me.
What, are you married?
No, my lord.
Are you a maid?
No, my lord.
A widow, then?
Neither, my lord.
Why, you are nothing, then. Neither maid, nor widow, nor wife.
My lord, she may be a punk, as many of them are neither maid, widow, nor wife.
Silence that fellow.
My lord, I do confess I ne'er was married, and I confess besides I am no maid. I've known my husband, yet my husband knows not that ere he knew me.
He was drunk then, my lord. It could be no better.
For benefit of silence, would thou wert so too?
She that accuses him of fornication in the self-same manner doth accuse my husband. He charges him, my lord, with such a time when I'll dispose I had him in mine arms with all the effect of love.
You say your husband?
Why, just my lord, and that is Angelo, who thinks he knows that he ne'er knew my body, but he thinks that he knows Isabel's.
This is a strange abuse. Let's see thy face.
My husband bids me. Now I will unmask.
Oh! woman.
Carnally, she says.
Sirrah! No more.
My lord, I must confess, I know this woman, and 5 years since there was some speech of marriage betwixt myself and her, which was broke off, partly for that her promised proportions came short of composition, but in chief that her reputation was disvalued in levity, since which time of 5 years I never spake with her, saw her, nor heard from her upon my faith and honour.
Noble prince, I am affianced this man's wife as strongly as words can make up vows, and but Tuesday night last gone in his garden house, he knew me as a wife, as this is true.
I did but smile till now, my patience here is touched. Now, good my lord, give me the scope of justice. I do perceive these poor and formal women are no more but instruments of some more mightier member that sets them on. Let me have way, my lord, to find this practice out.
Aye, with my heart, and punish them to your height of pleasure. Thou, foolish friar, and thou pernicious woman, compact with her that's gone. Come, Lord Aeschylus, sit with my cousin, lend him your kind pains to find out this abuse whence 'tis derived. There is another friar that set them on. Let him be sent for.
Would that he were here, my lord, for he indeed has set the women on this complaint. Your promise knows where he abides, and he may fetch him.
Go to it instantly. And you, my noble and well-warranted cousin, whom it concerns to hear this matter forth, do with your injuries as seems you best in any chastisement. I, for a while, will leave, but stir not you till you have well determined upon these slanderers.
My lord will do it through thee. Signor Lucio, I have heard that you know that Friar Ludwig is a dishonest fellow.
Cuculus non facit menacem. Honest in nothing but in his clothes, and one that hath spoke most villainous speeches of the Duke.
We entreat you to abide here until he comes, and then enforce them upon him.
Is any in Vienna, on my word?
Return that Isabel, I will speak with her. My lord, I wish to question her, and you see I'll handle her properly.
My lord, if you handled her privately, she'll sooner confess. Perchance publicly, she'll be ashamed.
I shall work darkly with her. Mistress, this gentlewoman has denied all you have said.
My lord, here comes that rascal I spoke of.
Yes?
He with the provost.
Have you set these women upon?
You have set these women on to slander me.
'Tis false. Where is the Duke? 'Tis he should hear me speak.
The Duke's in us.
And we shall hear you. Speak you justly.
Boldly, at least. Oh, poor souls. Come you to seek the lamb here of the fox? Is the Duke gone? Then is your cause gone too. The Duke's unjust. Thus to retort your manifest appeal and put your trial in the villain's mouth which here you come to accuse.
My lord, this is the rascal. This is he I spoke of.
Wait you. You will call on you. You have suborned these women to attack this gentleman, this honest man, in foul tongue. And
be not so hot. The Duke dare no more stretch this finger of mine than he dare rack his own. His subject am I not, nor here provincial. My business in this state made me a looker-on here in Vienna, where I have seen corruption boil and bubble till it's all around the stew.
Slander to the state. Take him to prison.
Signor Lucio, you say you know this man. What can you vouch against?
'Tis he, my lord. Goodman Baldpate. Do you know me?
I remember you, sir, by the sound of your voice. I met you at the prison in the absence of the Duke.
Oh, did you so? And do you remember what you said of the Duke?
Most notably, sir.
Do you so? And was the Duke a fleshmonger? A fool and a coward as you then reported him to be?
You must change persons with me ere you make that my report. You indeed spoke so of him, and much more, much worse. I protest! I love the Duke as I love myself.
Away to prison. Put bolts upon him. He will speak no more. We'll touse him joint by joint, that we shall understand what he was about.
Stay, sir, stay. Why?
What resists he? Help them, Lucio!
Come, sir. Why, you bald-pated lying rascal? You must be hooded, must you? Show your name's visage. With a pox to you.
Thou art the first knave that e'er makes the Duke. First, Provost, let me bail these gentle three. Sneak not away, sir, for the friar and you must have words anon.
This may prove worse than hanging.
What you have spoken, I pardon. Sit you there. And you, my worthy cousin, hast thou any word, or wit, or impudence that yet can do the office? If thou hast, will I appoint till my tale be heard.
Oh, my dread lord, I should be guiltier than my guiltiness. I think I can be undiscernible when I perceive your grace, thy power divine, hath looked upon my past. And, good prince, no longer session hold upon my shame, but let my trial be mine own confession. Immediate sentence then, and sequent death is all the grace I bear.
Stand. Come hither, Marion. Say, wast thou e'er contracted to this woman?
I was, my lord.
Go, take her hence, and marry her instantly. Do you the office, friar, which consummate, return him here again. Provost, you go. Dear Isabel, your friar is now your prince. As I was then, advertising and wholly to your business, changing heart with habit, I am still attorney at your service.
Give me pardon that I, your vassal, so employed and pained your unknown sovereignty.
You are pardoned, Isabel. Now, dear may be, he was free to us. Your brother's death, I know, sits at your heart, and you may marvel why I obscured myself, labouring to save his life, and would not rather make rash remonstrance of my hidden power than let him so be lost. You made it was the swift celerity of his death, which I did think with slower foot came on that brained my purpose. So peace be with him. That life is better life, past fear and dead. Make it your comfort. So happy is your brother. For this new married man approaching here, whose salt imagination yet hath wronged well-defended honour, you must pardon for Mariana's sake. But as he judged your brother, being criminal in double violation of sacred chastity and of promise breach, thereon dependent for your brother's life, the very mercy of the law cries out, most audible even from his proper tongue. An Angelo for Claudio. Death for death. Haste must pay haste, and leisure answers leisure. Like doth quit like, and measure still for measure. There, Angelo, thy faults thus manifested, which though thou wouldst deny, denies thee vantage. We do condemn thee to the very block where Claudio hath stooped to death, and with like haste, away with him.
Oh, my lord, I pray you will not mock me with a husband.
It is your husband mocked you with a husband. Consenting to the safeguard of your honour, I thought your marriage fit. Else, imputation for that he knew you might reproach your life and choke your good to come. For his possessions, though by confiscation they are ours, we do in state and widow you withal, to buy you a better husband.
Oh, my lord, I crave no other nor no better man.
Never crave him. You do but lose your labour. Away with him to death.
Sweet Isabel, kneel by me. Lend me your knee, and all your life I'll lend you my life to do good.
Against all sense you do importune her. Should she kneel down in mercy of this fact, her brother's ghost his paved bed would break and take her hence in horror.
Sweet Isabel, do yet but kneel by me. Hold up your hands, say nothing. I'll speak all. They say the best men are moulded out of faults, and so many become more the better for being a little bad. So may my husband. Oh, Isabel, will you not lend a knee?
He dies for Claudio's death.
Most bounteous sir, look if it please you on this man condemned as if my brother lived. I partly think a due sincerity governed his deeds until he did look on me. Since it is so, let him not die. My brother had but justice in that he did the thing for which he died. For Angelo, his act did not o'ertake his bad intent and must be buried but as an intent that perished by the way. Thoughts are no subjects, intents but merely thoughts.
Your suit's unprofitable. Stand up. Have you a special warrant for the deed?
Yes, my lord, it was by special order.
Right. Well, I would thou hadst done so by Claudio. You say there was another in the prison that should have been executed? Who was he?
His name is Barney.
Well,
I have reserved him alive.
go, fetch him from the prison, bring him hither. I would look upon him.
I am so sorry that one so learned and so wise as Lord Angelo has always looked and fall so grossly in the hot blood and in the...
I am sorry that such sorrow I procure deep sticks in my penitent heart. I crave death more willingly than mercy. 'Tis my deserving, and I do entreat it.
Which is that, Barnaby?
This, my lord.
The friar told me of this man. Sirrah, thou art said to have a stubborn soul that apprehends no further than this world and squares thy life according. Thou art condemned. For thy earthly faults I quit them all. And look you, take this mercy to provide for better times to come. Friar, advise him, and leave him to your hand. Muffled fellows there.
This is another prisoner that I saved. One that should have died this morning when Claudio lost his head. As like to Claudio as himself.
Oh, Claudio. If he be like your brother, Then for his sake is he pardoned. And for your lovely sake, give me your hand. Say you will be mine. Ah, by this Lord Angelo perceives he's safe. He thinks I see a quickening in his eye. Well, Angelo, your evil quits you well. Look, you love your wife. Her worth yours. I find an apt remission in myself. Yet here's one in place I cannot pardon. You, Sirrah, that knew me for a fool, an ass, a madman, one all of luxury. Wherein have I so deserved of you that you extol me thus?
I spoke it but according to the trick. If you will hang me for it, you may, but I had rather it would please you I might be whipped.
Whipped? First, and then hanged after. Proclaim it, Provost, round about the city. If any woman is wronged by this lewd fellow, I have heard him swear, there's one whom he begot with child, let her come forward, and he shall marry her. And then, the nuptial done, let him be whipped and hanged.
I beseech your highness, do not marry me to a whore.
Thou shalt marry her. Thy slanders I forgive, and therewithal remit thy other forfeits. Take him to prison and see our pleasure here in execution.
Marrying a punk, my lord is pressing to death, whipping and hanging.
Yes, slandering a prince deserves it. She, Claudio, that you wronged, will you restore. Oh, joy to you, Mariana. Love her, Angelo. I have confessed her, and I know her virtue. Thanks, good friend Aeschylus, for thy much goodness. There's more behind that is more gratitude. Thanks to you, Provost, for thy care and secrecy. We shall employ thee in a better place. Forgive him, Angelo, that brought you home the head of Fracassine for Claudio. Well, the offence pardons itself. Now, Isabel, I have a motion much imports your good, whereto, if you'll a willing ear incline. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. Woo!